Go. It's hey guys, it's Friday the 13th. This is Patdees, and welcome to my channel. I haven't done a live in a while, but of all days, Friday the 13th, my next guest, I wanted her to come on last month, and due to scheduling conflicts and other obligations she had, she's like, "Oh, can I come on the 13th of November?" And didn't even think about it until I said, "Yeah, sure, I don't care. You know, my time slot's open." And here we are on Friday the 13th. And thanks for everyone that's going to join us or watch the replay. I appreciate it. And I ran my countdown twice just to be on the safe side. So I know it'll take it a couple minutes for some people to come in, but I appreciate my name is Patdees, and I'm a reseller. I do videos on storage units and just on life and different things that's going on. I want to real quick say hi to a couple people that are in here right now. The Texas Bandit. I went the entire day without realizing the third. You are terrible. The Punisher. Thanks for stopping. He's in actually upstate New York. Hey, Mookie. Thank you for stopping. I know there's a lot of things sometimes going on. So I appreciate everyone that's been here. Stuff from Sally. Thank you for stopping. Mike. That's right. Mike, thanks for stopping. Mookie Pookie. Greg Stewart. I didn't realize you got big name celebrities on this channel. That's right. You have to. You haven't been watching my channel, then you have to pay attention. You know. So I asked our guest to be on again because she was actually recommended to me a couple months ago by a friend, Danny May. If you guys follow my channel or follow some of the reselling channels, Danny May lives out towards Oregon, that area, the Northwest, in an RV and travels around. And I guess she had some problems with her RV, so we haven't talked in a while. But I wanted to get Emily on the channel, and I'd reached out to her, and she's like, "Sure, just let me know when." And I took a little bit of a break, and I'm back now, and I've been doing some, probably once a week I've been doing some, but I wanted to get back into doing some lives and bringing on some great guests and different guests. The latest estimates that there's over 2 million resellers on eBay alone in the United States, and not everyone does a YouTube channel or knows how to do it. And I'm really excited to have Emily on here because she is, I tell you, I love her quirkiness. I got on Instagram last year, and her post that she posts on, I think has this marketing to know how to promote herself and stuff like that. So she's got a lot of energy, and I'm excited to have her on. And so let's bring her out. This is, as I'm talking her, it'd be the first time that I'm talking to her, and you guys will get to know her as I do. So let's bring Emily out. Hello.
Hi, guys.
How are you?
Good. How are you?
Good. Were you nervous back there?
A little bit. I mean, there's like a buildup, you know what I mean? So it's like, all right, I gotta like have a certain way I look when I come out,
I know, but you're used to it. You're on Instagram all the time, and you're always doing these TikTok posts and singing and stuff like that. So I'm just surprised you weren't back there singing and came out.
I know. Well, even though I do sing, I'm not constantly singing, Yeah.
Oh, and that's right. We didn't pay for the rights of singing tonight.
I know. So YouTube will lay the smackdown. So
yeah. So let's I'm going to do a solo layout for you while you introduce yourself and tell them who you are and where you're from, and then we'll get into questions and talk and stuff like that.
Okay, so some of you guys I've known for a little bit. Hello, everybody, all my friends. So I'm Emily Conway. If you don't happen to know me, of course I'm a reseller, right? I say this in every one of my videos in the beginning, so it's just like human nature, like it's just a routine now. So I resell on eBay, Mercari, and Facebook Marketplace. I actually have some Facebook Marketplace tutorials that I did. Those are my best performing videos because like there's a shipping program going on, and I was a part of the beginning of that. So I got in at the ground floor and I did some tutorials on it, and lots of people need that help on Facebook Marketplace shipping. It's constantly changing and so many glitches and stuff. So I do that every once in a while. I have tons of information on my channel about all types of categories. I interview people all the time about certain categories that they're really strong in order to provide value on my channel, because I don't know everything. I've been doing this for a year, you know, so like it's not like I know everything. It's not like, you know, I have the answer to every one of your questions, and you probably know more than me, honestly. But I'm really just recording my journey from now. It's been a little over a year now since last July. So I do. And then of course, I do my TikToks, and I have a ton of fun with that. Instagram, I'm all over the internet basically. And I resell lots of plush toys. I really enjoy that, but I resell all kinds of things. Anything I can get my hands on that makes money. I try to keep my ear open and my mind open to all types of categories. I do tend to avoid clothing for the most part. It's just like, for me, it's not my favorite, but hey, you know, there's definitely money to be made there. There's money to be made in every category, I believe. Like, I definitely never discount any category. Like, but anyways, overall, I resell all types of stuff. And that's basically me in a nutshell.
Okay, show's over.
And also, one more thing. Wednesday night at 8 p.m. I also do a mental health live chat, it's called the Happy Hustle. So basically, it's just about reselling and mental health topics, and people come on. I actually have a whole schedule lined up. If you want to come on and talk about something that you have overcome, I do lots of interviews with people, just getting to know them, and some challenge they've overcome. So I do that every Wednesday night at 8 p.m. Eastern, for anybody who wants to jump in and listen to the replay or whatever.
Oh, okay. I think when I asked you last month, and I did mention Wednesday, and then you had said you'd done something on your show Wednesday. I wasn't sure what you were doing. Yep. Let me ask you, you know, it seems to be a common bond too with resellers. There seems to be always a story, you know, something goes wrong in their life or their health or something like that, and it kind of forces them or gives them an alternative way to make a living, and they become resellers. And, you know, where you decided last year to become a reseller, how did this happen?
That's a really interesting story. Something traumatic happened in my life, which I don't talk about really. There's a lot that goes into it, so I don't really publicly talk about the details of it. But I did develop PTSD about 2 years ago. And so for some reason, like when you have PTSD, you have a lot of fight and flight instincts and stuff. So like I was having one of my hard times, and I ended up visiting my mom, and my mom had just found reselling. My mom ended up quitting her job as a nurse's aide, and she started doing wholesale boxes like right out the gate. And so she was so excited, you know, just, you know how when you first start and it's awesome and you want to share it with everybody. Well, my mom was like, and I was so like mental fog. Like I was not in the right mindset, but I'm like, you know what? You know, this helps me get out of my head, and maybe I can listen to my mom just talk about boxes and prices and really like concrete things. So I listened to her, and I kept that in the back of my mind. About a month or two later, I ended up looking on YouTube reselling, right? And I found all the big ones, of course. And then I fell down that whole rabbit hole, because like, I just didn't know what I wanted to do, because my mom was doing bulk boxes and things like that. And so I did try a bulk box as my first one, but it was a horrible pickup. It wasn't like, you know, a very good one, because I had no idea what I was looking for, you know? So I ended up seeing Rally Roots doing their garage sales. And then I started doing that. And I made really good money.
Now, when you say you went and saw them, you mean in person or on YouTube?
No, just on YouTube.
Oh, okay. What part of the country are you from, Emily?
I'm from New York, which actually I think you said somebody was from upstate New York. I'm central New York, and I grew up upstate. Yeah. My mom's actually from upstate.
Punisher Woodworking, yeah, he's from New York. I'm from Pennsylvania, so I'm not far from you. You know,
Mm,
and the reason I ask sometimes people, oh, Patdees always ask where are people from, and
mm.
that matters because I think where you're from is also what you're sourcing,
Yeah.
or you know, if you live in Florida, you can do a garage sale year round. Now,
Mhm.
New York, I mean, in our area in Pennsylvania, the flea market is basically only open in the summer, and that's it. You know,
Mhm.
so you're like me now. So now, has mom been featured on your channel?
She doesn't really want to be on camera. You know how it goes.
Like my
So
wife, she doesn't.
yeah.
She's not the reseller. She's doing her own thing. But I try to get her to kind of, you know, and she's busy and stuff. But
Yeah.
no,
Everyone has their feelings about that, like whether or not they want to be on camera or not. And my mom doesn't really want to, so
yeah.
or else I'd have her on.
So you went on YouTube, and
Mhm.
that's when you start typing in about being a reseller.
Mhm.
But what lit the spark in your head to say, oh, I can do YouTube too? I mean, because YouTube is much different than doing. I mean, you have to put yourself out there, and
Mhm.
you know, I watching you on TikTok and Instagram, you have an outgoing personality, and you're not afraid to put yourself on. And that's what honestly I like about you is that because that's what people want nowadays, especially to be successful on social media, is that ability to throw yourself out there and have fun with it. You do your lip singing and different things, and you tell stories when you do it. Like what all of a sudden made you? I wish I knew how to do some of that Instagram stuff. I don't.
Yeah. So, okay. Well, YouTube, I was already kind of doing YouTube because I'm also an artist. Like any creative thing you can think of, I do. Like visual art, I've done since I was a child. Like I was always very creative, music, singing. Just I'm a very creative person. That's how I roll. So like I was doing a little bit of YouTube. I had like 2 videos out about art and PTSD. I did like 2 of those videos. And then I found reselling basically. So I was already kind of doing the YouTube thing a little bit. And then I didn't think about it. I ended up going to this yard sale yard sale. And this guy had a bunch of brand new, sealed, old stock electronics, like hard drives and all like crazy stuff. And I ended up buying out his whole garage sale. He was just like, yeah, I told him I was a reseller. I was brand new, and I told him I was a reseller. And he's like, he gave me like this massive haul of sealed electronic stuff for $40. So I just threw that onto YouTube, and it was very bad. Like, and I had my phone in my pocket the whole time because I was scared, like, so it just happened. I didn't think about it. And I guess I started seriously doing YouTube a bit later on. Like I just did a video here and there. And then it was a few months later that I just decided to just do it. I saw other people doing it, so I just did it too. And that's how it went basically.
Yeah, people don't realize how much work it is to do.
It is.
And
Yeah.
there's always that toss up that sometimes you waste time on YouTube when you could be reselling, and if you're focused on YouTube, where if you're not monetized, there's no money yet. But everybody wants to. I mean, I like using YouTube to network, and it is reselling's lonely.
Mm-hmm.
And, in a sense, you're not going to a work where you're hanging out with 10 or 15 different people and you get to hear their stories, you get to know people or do the drive. Now I assume you resell out of your house, right?
Yep, for now, yeah. And my next step is to get some type of storage situation in my backyard, like, because it's getting pretty full. I mean, I have like 500 items, and growing every day because I go to the thrift store every day. I have been like that's my new schedule. I go with my 2 kids and we go to the thrift store every day, and it's been working for us. Like I've been doing well with it. So, but yeah, it's filling up our basement pretty good, and I'm probably going to have I'm going to buy one more shelf to put stuff on. And then I'm going to have to probably buy a shed after that, like a big shed,
Do you know Kevin Commonwealth Picker?
Yeah. He's got a setup.
That reminds me, he's got a nice setup, and he did a nice I mean, I mean, he turned that shed into a nice little building. I mean, how the lighting, everything, and then the kids are involved, and
Mhm.
that's what I like about YouTube, is because sometimes, like you said in the beginning, you don't think you know it all, and I've been selling part time on eBay since '98, but then I became full time really the last 2 years myself. Before
Mhm.
it was more of a hobby and just wanting a little bit of vacation money, and this is one of the reasons why I do YouTube. Is it's nice to see a young lady like yourself, though, come and do it, and because it's a big risk, and a lot of times people, this is a business. People
Mhm.
don't want to always do something like this. That they'd rather have that 9 to 5 job and stuff like that. Um,
Mhm.
now, is there certain niche that you're selling? Like what's going good for you, and maybe you could discuss like one of your best items that you've sold, like you bought something for $5 and sold it for 200 or something like that.
Mhm. Well, some people in the chat know this story already, especially Cajun Reseller. He might joke around about me stealing all my husband's stuff, which didn't happen, by the way. But anyways, my husband as a kid collected a ton of items, and we had no clue. I was new, it's not like we knew, but like he had a giant collection of Ninja Turtles, like the vintage Ninja Turtles, and then he also had a collection of NES video games. So that was my biggest like haul, was literally from stuff he had growing up. And I was just like, do you want me to sell this stuff? He's like, yeah, sure. But I did not expect how much this stuff was going for. Like the NES games, like it was like, bam, 50, 60, 100. And he had like, I don't even know how many he had, probably like 50 to 100 of them or something. So like it's just money, 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 crazy money. And then one NES game called Power Blade 2 was super rare. It sold for $500 on eBay.
Wow.
Yeah, I had to learn how to authenticate NES games because the collector wanted to know if it was authentic or not. And so I had to get a special screw, and I had to figure all that stuff out. Another one was his Ninja Turtle haul. He had a huge collection. Oh, man. Cajun, you hush. He had a huge collection of Ninja Turtles. And so the vehicles went for crazy money, and so I sent some of them off to, China, some of them off to Korea. It was cool to see where all his Ninja Turtles went to, but I made upward like more than $1,000 on all those Ninja Turtles, so that led me down a path of toys. Like I'm like, okay, there's money here and in video games too. Like I do like video games and toys, although I don't know everything yet. I'm still learning all the time, but like, right now, I find a lot of Monster High dolls. Like those are crazy money right now. Like I sell a lot of 4 of them, and they don't have any clothes. Just like $40 for a lot of 4 Monster High dolls. Yeah. I do lots of Build-A-Bear. I actually did a whole video on Build-A-Bear and what to look for when it comes to Build-A-Bear. And there's a lot of really good money to be made in the Build-A-Bear. Don't get the basic ones. Get the ones that are like special or, Care Bear Build-A-Bears and stuff that's based off of something. Like I have a whole video that's really intensive and gives you literally like eBay sold comps, like what are the highest selling Build-A-Bears. Like I give you that information, but plush and toys is what I gravitate to, and I've been making good money from it. Like vintage, I don't know. I can't think off the top of my head, but like Tweety birds and like,
It's funny because that's again, networking is lately I've become friends with a guy, Brian, Mr. Buys a Lot.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Him in the chat, and like he just had like 2 weeks ago, me and T Auctions for You were down there helping him with his auction, and he sold a bunch of turtles to the viewers.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, one lot went for like $450, and it's like, wow, like I didn't even know there was, honestly, that I sell new toys a lot of times, but very seldom do I sell vintage toys.
Mm-hmm.
Just, I guess, because really I don't get out. It seems like anybody who's going to sell them at the flea market knows there's money into them. So to kind of get the best deal, I guess you got to go to a yard sale or an estate sale to find them that way. So I never have luck finding them. But when you hear like you saying about these it makes you want to pull out your phone and look up stuff while you're there, because you're missing out on stuff. So you do this full time, right? You don't do nothing else.
Right. I basically, I do this full time now, and I do YouTube, I guess, part time, you could say. That's another thing.
You do a daily video?
Not daily. I try to do 2 uploads a week and then 1 live. I was killing myself a little bit doing 2 lives and 2 upload, but I'm like, okay, I got to back off of this. I got to reassess things. So recently I've reassessed my time to like say, okay, I need to find a better sourcing schedule, because sourcing was tough with 2 kids. Like, it's not a joke getting your kids out the door, so like, I just was avoiding it, but I'm like, you know what? I gotta source, and I gotta source often in order to grow my business. So I've been taking them out every day now. And it's
the reason I ask, because I watch the perfect example that I could think of is John Cincinnati Picker. And he goes out to a lot of, so I was wondering why you're not, do you have a GoPro or? Yeah,
I do. I do a lot of Thrift With Me videos too.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you're going to those sales, why you're not kind of trying to record that every day?
I do. My GoPros, I don't know. I'm working on the GoPro stuff still, but I just started doing Thrift With Me because I got a GoPro a couple months ago. And it's been working great. I will try to record, but then I won't find anything for multiple days. And then like the one day I find something, like today, I didn't have my GoPro because it was dead, so I'm like trying to figure out, okay, I got to be on top of making sure my GoPro is ready to go, because my GoPro dies fast. I don't know if other people's do, but mine does. It's kind of annoying. And I bought it off eBay, so maybe it was just some crappy one.
Well, I guess it all depends how the batteries only last like 30, 40 minutes.
Yeah, I know.
You kind of got to have a backup battery, or think of what mode you're recording in. I know. I mean, I have one of those knockoffs, and I've already had it where I was recording and I bumped the button and it was muted. I was like, so I mean, I do a lot of recording, honestly, with the Samsung Galaxy, but it's $750,
Yeah.
Real quick, Thrift Daddy is asking, do you give your store name out or no?
Yeah, I have it on my YouTube. It's called Artfully Calm. Let me see. I have to jump. I can't actually comment in the chat for some reason.
In the description below is Emily's channel that I always put when I have a guest on. So what I'll do is, at the top of your channel, you have Find Me on TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook. You don't have your eBay store. You can put your eBay store up there too. You know that?
Oh, yeah. I didn't think of that. I have it in my description though, in any of my videos.
Yeah. Okay. In your links there, it says find me on TikTok, find me on, and you could put it on eBay.
Yeah, I'll do that.
So there you go. And you'd be surprised how many viewers like to support you, because, it's about supporting, honestly, small business. And sometimes it's better to support someone that we know than giving back to the big, corporations and stuff like that. So,
yeah, that's how I feel about YouTube, and helping out people.
Right. So now you're trying to do 2 or 3 videos a week.
Live.
What's the issue? Like, I see you post on Instagram. Is that the same? I'm kind of confused by the whole. Is it the same as TikTok? And you're just, or is it TikTok being shared with Instagram? How does that work?
Instagram and TikTok are 2 separate entities. And so I have my TikTok following, and I will post my TikToks if they're if I want to, some of the TikToks I are just on TikTok, but I download my TikToks and then post them onto Instagram Reels, because Instagram was trying to compete with TikTok. So they created Instagram Reels, so that I post that into Instagram Reels. So then my Instagram followers can also see my TikToks, because a lot of people don't want to be on TikTok and they don't care, which is fine. But so I'll just use that, because I made the TikTok. I took the time and I love doing it. It's just something it's really fun for me. So I'll post it on there.
I enjoy it. And
yeah.
I was wondering how that worked, as far as why it says Reels, but yet it says TikTok. So that's why I was.
Yeah. So I do them originally on TikTok and then download that and post it onto Instagram.
Okay.
I know. It's
Now, do they like? I've tried to. I was. Okay, I'm gonna share one. I'm gonna embarrass you a little bit. To call. Maybe then you know me. 'Cause I've heard everything, but no one's listening, and that's just lonely. So I'm not sure if I'll get demonetized for those couple seconds.
It was bleeped out, you know.
Yeah, but we can. So what are you doing with that? You're basically. I mean, sometimes I saw where you did one where you brought some stuff home and you were trying to tell a story of basically your husband's like, you went out and bought what?
Oh yeah, I don't remember. I do so many TikToks. Oh man, you let me know which one you're talking about.
Yeah, there was one that you had done, and I'm just interested in on how all that works as far as.
So basically, the way that you learn TikTok, this is how I did it, because I was definitely like just really nervous to get on TikTok because. I struggle with PTSD. Like I can't just like watch everything. Like certain things trigger me, and so I have to leave. Like so, like for TikTok, I actually avoided it for a while because like I don't know what's gonna pop on the screen or whatever. Like stuff triggers me. But like I just scrolled through TikTok, and TikTok learns you pretty quickly, like what you like and dislike and stuff. So it'll give you what you like to see, and I like to see lots of mental health encouragement type stuff. Like that's what I really thrive on. So TikTok shows me those, but you'll scroll through and you'll see how it works basically. What happens is there's all these sounds and people can do like voiceovers, or they can do like dances, or they could do all types of things over the sound. And so there's trending sounds. So that one right there that you just did is Justin Bieber, like his newest song, which he's actually doing songs, I think, pretty much for TikTok now. So like a lot of people did that sound, and they just said something that makes them lonely, makes them feel lonely. So people in all types of niches were doing it. And so I'm like, well, how does that work for the reselling niche? And so people couldn't see the text in there, but it was talking about just like, someone comes up to you and they're like, oh, don't you do eBay? And don't you do this and that? And they're like, yeah, that's what I do. And they're like, oh, what's that like? And I'm like, it's a lot of work, but I love it. But they're like, okay, well, I got to go back to work. They're throwing me a big birthday party. And so it's like, and you're like, okay, bye. Like, and then you feel lonely. You feel that loneliness. That's what that TikTok is about. It's about, and the whole sound is about loneliness and things that make you feel lonely. So it's interesting that Patdees talked about that loneliness, because as resellers, it can be a really isolating experience, and I do talk about that a little bit in my mental health chat as well. Like I have talked about that in the past. And it definitely comes up from time to time, but that's what that was about. So like there's this sound that trends on TikTok, and then you can use it and, make it pertain to whatever your niche is. That's how I use TikTok anyways, is for my business. So I have those kinds of TikToks. And then I also have little like minute-long thrift with me videos, just like, hey, I picked up this, and that, like I'll do all types of little TikToks. So.
Does it seem to be helping your YouTube growth as far as like people coming up?
A little bit. What ended up happening was there was going to be a TikTok ban, right? People were thinking about banning it because of all the conspiracy around it and stuff. So people thought it was going to be gone. So during that time, we created a TikTok Facebook reseller group. It's kind of a mouthful, but it's all the resellers from TikTok. And what I do is I share my YouTube videos. Whenever I upload something, I'll share it to that group, and then my TikTok people will come over. But it's really just a few people. Like people want to stay on TikTok for the most part, but sometimes I do like remind them like, hey, I have this thing on my YouTube or whatever, but I don't expect a lot. It takes a lot. You have to be really big in order for your following to like cross over that much, like it just doesn't happen. So people just get comfortable on one platform, and that's what they want to do. So
hey, Legoman, I don't know if you know Legoman of Midwest.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I call him Lego Kid because he's he's only like 18. But I know it's nice to see young people. And now you mentioned what are the platforms that you sell on, Emily? You mentioned we talked about eBay, but is that the only one?
I do eBay. I was doing Mercari, especially during my TMNT haul. I was doing it a lot then, but I kind of fell off of Mercari quite a bit. And I also do Facebook Marketplace shipping, which lately that's been really good. Like I'll post onto eBay and Facebook Marketplace, and not just because it sells, but it'll sell. And lately Facebook has been doing like lots of shipping like promotions.
Yeah, I saw that. Like they'll pay for the shipping.
They literally pay for your shipping. So like you should post it and offer shipping, because people are concerned. Go ahead.
Yeah, they're really giving eBay some competition. One thing I like about I wish that Facebook actually would buy eBay, because I think with the large, but they don't have to, because they're building their own system. And people say, well, why are they doing it? It's just the stickiness to keep people on that Facebook, and you can see who you're buying from. A lot of times that's the problem with selling on eBay. You don't know who the person is. Are they trying to scam you? Or if they're leaving, they're so quick to leave negative feedback. You kind of put a face behind it. It's you feel a little bit more comfortable with the transaction. I haven't. My son has sold things on Facebook, but not shipped. Like we've met locally, but I've bought some stuff. Like I look for bulk deals myself to do that.
Yeah, that's smart. That's smart to do bulk deals on there.
Well, especially with what I dabble in, sports cards. So a lot of times that's one of the things that you can buy. The only problem sometimes I see with Facebook Marketplace is people are selling. It's hard to be sometimes a reseller looking for things, because people are asking for full blown what it would sell for.
You definitely get those for sure. You have to really parse through. And at a certain, lately, I picked up a Disney snow globe for $30, and it's gotten a lot of attention for like 110 on eBay, right? So I did that one pickup, and then Facebook remembers what I bought from somebody. So then it'll show me more Disney snow globes or whatever. So, they do that. I picked up another one today just because it showed it to me, another $100 snow globe. So I just happen to have that, but it takes a lot to actually parse through and see. And then you have to, what I do is I turn on my Facebook notifications for certain things that might be new. So I do NES, I do video games. I put in reminders. So it'll give me a notification hey, new things from this category that you're keeping an eye on have shown up on Facebook. So then I'll click on it. It'll show me the new listing. So then I can get it right away fast, because it's a lot, especially with video games and stuff. People are really competitive, need to be there first, type thing. So I have a few of them that I keep my eye on just to,
Well, the big game right now is going to be, someone messaged me last night. He says, "Oh, if you come across any PlayStation 5," and I'm like, and I don't pay attention to consoles, because I was never one of those type of people that would stand in line 3 hours for a console.
I can't do that personally. But
I never got into, and I never got into, because I was always in business. I never got around sitting around actually playing games. I still have an original Xbox in the box, not open.
Nice.
Yeah. What I just recently done, I have a video coming out soon on it, is I just bought my first pinball machine. So we're in a private group hangout last night with a couple of my buddies that we don't go live on YouTube, and we chat like this and stuff, and we can, and they're saying that, these things are going to go for, $1,000, $1,500. And so I look it up today, and I'm like, oh my God, just to buy it is $500. So, it's like, geez, the things that people are willing to pay. It's amazing with the stuff that, you look on Facebook Marketplace, the stuff that people sell.
I know. And people, it's so funny. Facebook people make fun of me so much. I posted some grocery items on there, and they got so mad at me, the local people. So, because Facebook people is not the same as eBay people, okay? And they lost it. Like it was, and like people had the moderators had to like block the comments from coming in, like she's scamming everybody. And so I did end up having to like explain to them, like, no, actually what happens is I do Facebook Marketplace shipping, and if this ships to another state, like they might not have this limited edition grocery item in that state. And so I explained that to them, but of course no one listened. But
well, to be honest, I think what happens with those type of items, because I just recently had something like this also come up, is that they because there are people out there that are great couponers.
Yeah.
So they'll go to Dollar General and they'll buy all that stuff where they can get it for $1 and they'll flip it for $2, and they'll have like at their house like a little like Dollar General section. And then some people act like they're just getting like scammed or something like that. Nobody's telling you to buy. Like I had a lady buy something from me on Amazon just recently, and she said, "Oh, I could go to Dollar General and get the same thing for $3."
All right, now, go ahead, go do it.
Well, the thing is, like I sell 3 together. It's all bundled. And I said to her, it costs $10 to $12 just to ship it. I said, plus I have to pay $3 to Amazon to have it listed. I said, so I'm making like $0.25 an item.
I've definitely said that to people. Like, it's almost like especially with like grocery items or something, like it's kind of like an Uber service that you're providing for somebody and you need to get paid too. Like it's similar to that. Like you don't have to go to the grocery store. You don't have to do that. You can just click and it's going to be in your house, at your house, like however long, a couple days or whatever. Like,
right. Hey, Harlan, thanks for stopping, buddy. I appreciate it. Well, that's that's the thing. Even with grocery items, is that when COVID-19 was, I was shipping a lot of certain things out, like hair care products and things like that. And but you don't ship it for free.
Yeah,
and you also know what happens is, as a reseller, when you have the opportunity, like I know people that do couponing. And they'll post it on Facebook where they wind up getting like $60 worth of stuff for like $12. And a lot of that stuff they don't even need because they don't use it. But
right.
they know how to coupon, they know how to get it when it's on special, that they wind up getting it for free. Well, what's wrong with them reselling it, even if they're selling it at the same cost that it would cost you to go to the store?
Exactly. I used to actually be a sweepstaker, so I would get free items all the time. And so sweepstaking is a lot like reselling and stuff, because it's just like that. You never know when you're going to hit that win or that congratulations that you get in your email. Like, and I would, enter to win all types of things. And that's something too. Like my friend, I just got it. She was a sweepstaker with me. She just got into reselling. And so she's like selling all the stuff that she won, And so she's asking me questions.
I've never heard that expression, sweepstaker. Why don't you?
People enter contests like bam, 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 enter, enter, enter. Like I did it for about a year and I won all types of stuff. Like I won a year's supply of free bread, like literally just enter every day. Just like, it's like, oh, enter to win this thing. Like there are people who literally make that their job to enter sweepstakes. And it's random, like you said, with the couponing stuff that you probably don't even, you win stuff and you're like, I didn't want this, but here it is, so you just sell it.
Well, maybe could you enter a contest for free cheeseburgers for a year? Because
oh yeah,
I like cheeseburgers, and maybe we could work something out.
I could do a whole segment on sweepstaking if you want, but really you want to enter sweepstakes that are local in your area. You have the better chance of winning. Ones that are across the nation and open to anybody in the US, you will still win. I've won good stuff. Like I won a 3-in-1 pack and play for my daughter when she was born. And it was such a like lifesaver for me. And I got it for free straight up. And that was global. That was not global, but it was like US nationwide or whatever. But like, I stopped it because it's like you have to enter all day. And then like at the end of the month, maybe you might not even win anything because it's random.
Oh,
so like you don't know if you're going to win something or not even. Like, and I did all that work for a month and nothing. So like, that's when it was too like up and down and left and right. Some days I might get like 3 wins and then I have nothing for weeks, So like reselling is like that, but you actually make good money, basically.
Hey, speak of the devil, we were talking about you earlier. Mr. Buys a lot to help pay for the talent you get on here. Thank you. Appreciate that for the $10 super chat. Have you seen Brian's channel?
Yeah, I have. I actually bought a lot of vintage pins from him, which I'm going to be honest, I did not want to. I put off listing those for so long. I was just like not having a good time listing them. And I listed them individually too, which was silly. I should have done like a lot of them together and stuff. But I'm learning. Now I'm listing the rest of them. But I did buy from him. Yes, I did.
Are you one of those people that
Go ahead.
You buy, but then you want to keep some stuff for yourself, or?
No, I just didn't want to list them.
Oh, okay.
That's all. I'm just being honest. But I think if I would have listed them, they would have been, definitely lots. Like, I don't know what I was thinking. And I just I didn't think about it. But now I'm listing them together in lots and they're selling faster and they're doing great. Like, and I personally loved them. Like seeing them, like those, I love those. So it was just such a cool buy from him. So
yeah, he's been helping me source locally stuff that if you want to keep scaling up, you got to keep finding sources, and he's got all kinds of variety of stuff. And I don't know if you've gotten into the YouTube auctions yet, but people are doing YouTube auctions, and I participate in that. And where you get a lot of even resellers that are looking to buy off you. And, he's been a great source for that to sell things in bulk.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he does. It's awesome. All the stuff he has. And like, I haven't bought from him since, back then. So like, but once if stuff starts to turn again, which hopefully it doesn't, like I'm thinking about all that, again, like who knows what's going to happen next, with stuff shutting down and whatever. Like, I don't know. I don't want to bum anybody out, but I do think about that,
Yeah, I don't know if they're going to, they were on tonight and they were talking about probably not shutting it down at the level that everybody, because they're really worried about killing the economy.
Yeah.
But they're supposed to, on a good note, I did watch the press conference talking about 20 million doses at the end of December rolling out. So hopefully over the next really 6 to 9 months, we'll get back to some sort of normalcy. This has been how have you? I mean, you started reselling a year ago. How has it? Have you noticed an uptick in your business as far as because of people staying at home, or do you feel it's hurt you because of people not having the cash flow?
That's a good question. I don't really know about that because, like, I feel like there's so much that factors into this. I feel like I'm just now getting into a good groove of sourcing all the time and being consistent about it. So it could have just been me not being consistent in the past, like, and that's why my sales were kind of up and down and left and right, and so much factors in. Right now, my sales are doing great, but I do think it's because I'm listing my stuff. So what I do is I go and I source with my kids every day. And then I come home, and when they take a nap, I take pictures, and then I list at night after they go to sleep. So after our chat here, I'm going to be listing the items that I found today. And so I go every day now, and that my sales have increased because of that, So I think there's definitely people still sitting there with money, as you can see with this whole Pokemon card situation. Obviously there's some people are massively rich, but people are definitely able to still drop some money down, and I think that people, yeah.
I've seen that in all cards. And I talked about it last night when I was on Pirate Show, that I think there's some of that people that have disposable income because they're not going out and spending the money at a concert or a baseball game or out to eat. They have the money to spend on collectibles or things to at home that they normally wouldn't have bought at the level that they are buying now.
Yeah. And a lot of people, so a lot of people are at home doing TikToks and stuff, and a lot of ring lights are selling because of that. People are, in their house, and like they're probably not as emotionally, in a rut as they were when this all started. But definitely people want some comfort. They want things that they had when they were younger, like collectibles. People who are collecting are definitely, I think they're collecting more during this time because it's just like a comfort. They want comfort stuff and stuff that's going to pass the time a lot. So I think the market has shifted for sure. But I mean, people are they're at home spending money. So, I mean.
How many items do you have? You have an eBay store?
Yeah. Yeah, it's Artfully Calm. That's the name of my eBay store. I don't have a way to actually comment in the chat, like unless I do it on my phone right here. But I will just do that so that you guys can have it.
Do you how many listings do you have right now, Emily?
I have 500 right now.
Yeah.
So not anything crazy, not anything major, but I'm listing every day and I'm making sure, I'm trying to get those numbers up. I want to be up to 1,000 at least. That's my goal.
Are you selling? Are you willing to sell anything?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, what made me think about it, like Moonstone Mamas are in here. I found her on YouTube. She seems to be dealing a lot in jewelry. There's just certain things, like I just recently did an auction and I sold some jewelry I got from an estate sale. And someone's like, "Oh, did you check it?" And I was showing it up, and I guess there was some gold in there. And it's like, "Oh, someone said you should have checked it." And I'm like, "I don't care. I'm just selling the stuff. I know what I paid for it. And if someone else makes money off of me, they feel better about it in the end, especially with the auctions." And I sold that. That was probably the biggest lot I sold on an auction, over $300.
Nice.
Yeah, there was about 10 watches in there. I know how gold is. If you find just one little piece, it could be worth a couple $100. But I wasn't sure if you got into. I know you mentioned you don't like to really do clothing, which I don't think many people do, and that's because of the work that's involved in the sizing and the.
Work, and then customers asking you about the item, and yeah.
Now, you mentioned earlier too about you still following rally routes.
Yeah, here and there, but that was when I first started out. I think Rally Roots targets brand new resellers who are just starting out. So I binged watched them basically.
Right.
And then I was good to go. I saw what they did. I saw the tips that they gave and stuff that they picked up. And so I started there. It was a great start for me. But when going deeper, I've basically become a part of the community. Like I don't even have one certain reseller that I follow a lot. It's just like everybody has something to share and something to give in terms of information, So like now that's what I do. Like if I'm at the thrift store, I need more information on something. I know in the back of my mind, this person knows something about that, like glass, or vinyl records or whatever, what have you. Like I know all the people that could give me the information I need, Are
you familiar with the Crazy Lamp Lady?
Yeah.
Yeah, she's got it down how to do YouTube and be a reseller. That's one thing I don't get into much is selling glass and selling those. There's another one Thrifter Vintage Junker Hunter, something that's Misty, and she sells a lot of glass and things like that. And I just never got into that stuff because I don't know much about it, and I'm always leery of the shipping. But if it's small, and obviously if you pack it right, but I mean, I've sold stuff to Japan and stuff, and sometimes you sell something, let's say for $15, and then it gets broke, and you're like, it's just a disappointment as far as that. Now, looking back the past year as a reseller, is there something that you don't like about reselling, and that you've
No, honestly, like I at first there was, just because I was not very disciplined, I just was kind of lazy. So like, but as I have grown and developed as a reseller, like I enjoy every aspect of it. It gets kind of tough when I have a really big day of packing a lot of orders, and then like the packing process takes longer than I want it to. Like, and I have to get to the thrift store to source for that day and stuff. So like my day can bleed into, my packing can bleed into like the rest of my day, and so it kind of makes for a tight day and stuff like that. But overall, I enjoy shipping. I enjoy packing. I enjoy the customer service for the most part. I don't have crazy customers. Like, I don't know. Some people get lots of crazy customers. Like I've been lucky, thankfully. Like I haven't had too many. But like, I don't know. I enjoy it all, and I enjoy doing YouTube. I learn about YouTube every day, and I get new ideas for YouTube all the time. Like I have a lot of things in my mind of what I want my YouTube to be, and lots of ideas, and I just thrive on this. Like I love the creativity of it, like YouTube and learning new things all the time, and that rush you get when you go to the thrift store. Like today, I just found a $200 to $300 shirt, and it was it's just like that rush you get, it's just so fun.
What kind of shirt?
Okay, I need to look it up. It's right here. I have it. It's something hearts. This is my first time seeing it, and I just checked it out, and it just happened. Like even the most basic of this kind of shirt sells for $100. So let me just it's on my Instagram stories right now. It's called Chrome Hearts. So here's what hopefully you guys can see it. My phone is so that's what the shirt looks like. It has this design on it, and it's called Chrome Hearts. Sorry about my nail polish, but like, so that's what I found today. And in good condition, it says $200 right there. It's in stock, but like, it's like sold out, like on Depop. Like I found that exact shirt, but it's like sold out. And then one sold for about $200. So like, and I didn't find any of that exact one on eBay. So I'm thinking I can price it up. I'll probably put it up there for $300 and see what happens, but it's really like even the most basic of that brand sells for $100, like just right, whatever. So yeah, so that was a good time today.
Things are going fine for me on eBay and Amazon. I'm going to expand on my eBay more, and I'm working on stuff which I will talk about in the future on videos, because I need to do a better job myself on eBay and talking to people like Emily. I mean, sometimes it's hard to be successful on multiple platforms. So a lot of my energy has been spent on Amazon this year, but the opportunities that exist to do eBay are amazing. And this is why I like to do these lives once in a while, to kind of interact with people and learn, and different things. Here's a question for you.
Nicole she's my girl. I love Nicole. But what's your favorite thing to source and list? Definitely toys, plush for sure. I don't know why, guys. I just love my plush, and I always happen to find it. I don't know. People struggle or something with plush, but every time I see it, I always find good ones. Like pretty much every time I go, like at least $15. And I found multiple plush and electronic plush too, like Furbies. And like I sold like 2 talking Barneys recently this month. Like I sold a couple of Barneys, like stuff like that, vintage electronic stuff that still works, and toys, video games, action figures. I'm kind of shaky on action figures still, but I am learning. I learned all about TMNT. Like I know the ins and outs of that basically. But yeah, I'm still learning all types of toys. So that's my favorite for sure.
Now, is this this little setup that you got behind you? Is this your little YouTube studio, and you do your shipping out of there too, or? Yeah,
here, I'll show you real quick. So this is my studio, and it's like a corner of my room, but here, let me show, hold on. So that's my listing stuff. There's my guitars. I have like my packing stuff there. And then hopefully I can turn this around. Let me see. There's my ring light. Hang on. Do
you play guitar?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, I do all types of creative stuff.
How come you didn't grab the guitar and sing us a song?
I have a playlist of songs that I like to sing. If you go to my YouTube, you will see a playlist that is literally called videos where I sing, and you can check out the videos where I sing if you want.
Hi, T. Thanks for the $5 super chat. Hi, Pat and Emily. Stopping in for a quick hi. They're actually, I think, going live in about 6 minutes. her and Donatella to do their auctions. That's the young lady that I do the auctions with, and she actually has done things with Brian and stuff too. So there's a lot of people on tonight. So I appreciate everyone that has come by. Brandon wants to know, nice guitars, Fender or Yamaha?
That's a Squier Jaguar. That's a bass guitar. And then this one's a Yamaha, the acoustic.
I would actually love to play guitar. I like James Taylor, and John. I've met James Taylor in person, and I like John Mayer and stuff like that. And
I saw John Mayer in concert.
Yeah, we went and saw him too back in 2006 when things were really, really good. I went and saw a bunch of different concerts and stuff like that. So we'll have to get you some time to maybe we'll write a little silly song for YouTube or something.
Sure. I don't know how to write songs. That's the only thing I don't do. I don't write songs. My husband is a musician. Like he's a straight up musician. I just like to sing songs that I like. You know, I don't like write my own songs. I haven't figured that out, and I'm probably never going to take the time to learn how to write a song. But I do love singing songs that are, I think, like really resonate with me. Like, so.
Oh, she did, and you did her intro for Nick. Did she do YouTube?
Yeah, I did. Yep, I did Nicole's intro. It's kind of funny hearing myself every time I go to her channel. It was a really like short little jingle.
See, you can do it.
I guess a little bit, yeah. I just never really took the time. So
I love music. That's how I actually got on YouTube. I probably spend more time listening to music and different things in between when I'm packaging and doing things. So all right, hey, we're getting close to the end here. Emily, what do you got? Let's before we go, what do you got coming up that you want to talk about or promote, or what's happening? We're getting into the fourth quarter. Are you noticing a pickup in sales?
Yeah, I am. This month has been great so far. Like I had some solid sales days this past week. So every day I've been making sales. So that's good. I really one day I'm going to get to like a full-time income, but I'm definitely not there yet, and I'm happy if I make sales every day, and that's where I'm at. My husband has a full-time job. So like, I'm not so stressed of like making crazy money. Like I'll get there, but I've been making sales every day. So I personally am happy. For what's going on with me and my channel, one thing I'm doing is called the List Everything Challenge, which you don't actually have to list everything, but it's a hashtag me and my friend Jakob are doing, where you list at least 20 items of your pile and you post a before and after video, just something simple, just to show that you listed it. And then you could be entered to win $100 at the end of the month. That's due November 25th. So right before Thanksgiving. Just do a little before and after, some stuff you listed, and you could be entered to win the List Everything Challenge at the end of the month. So that's $100 into your PayPal account. Check out the video. I have a video of that on my channel if you want to check out the details of that contest giveaway. And it's random. We'll pick a random winner. So that's happening. And that helps people get motivated to list during Q4 and get their piles down, that kind of thing. So if you want to check it out, also I have my mental health chat every Wednesday night at 8 p.m. But it's it's called the Happy Hustle, and it's stories of people overcoming obstacles in their lives. So it's a very nice chat, good to keep you motivated while listing. And I'm doing my next video is going to be a top 25 video of some good things that are selling in a certain category. I haven't picked the category yet, but I'm really excited to do my next one. It's going to be some type of toy item, maybe Monster High, but I don't know. I'm gonna see. What
are you using to do your editing on YouTube?
I do my iPad Pro. So I do LumaFusion on there.
Yeah. I don't have an iPad. I mean, I do when I record on the phone, I do the editing through Video Shop there. And I actually have some interviews that I want to roll out, but I lost support for the software, and then we upgraded the computer. So I've been having a difficult time just kind of editing those videos. Sometimes trying to balance this all out, you almost need a helper that is like an expertise just in some of that video editing. I wish I had like a college student that I could be like, okay, this is what I want to do and stuff like that.
Yeah, nice. I know. Like some people, my friend Ginger Marvin says her husband does her YouTube editing, and I'm like, really? Do that for me?
When you could do it fast and get it done, and save time.
Yeah, it is. I mean, it's still work. That's all.
So, all right, guys. Hey, I appreciate everyone that has stopped by tonight to join us. I know it wasn't that scary, Friday the 13th. We made it through, and I want to thank everyone. I want to thank everyone that joined us tonight and is watching in the replay. If you guys could hit the thumbs up and do me a favor, if you guys could comment, even if you've watched this live, comment afterwards on the video. That helps share it out. And in the description, please go over and subscribe to Emily's channel and show her some love and, show her support. And let's keep networking and learning from each other. So thanks, everyone, for coming out. You guys have a great night. Bye.